Welcome to Deep South EDC. We're going to be checking out the Refined Savages G-Spot fire starting set. It's made for Glock, so we'll check it out. Stay tuned after the intro. So I was perusing on Amazon and I found this fire starting kit. It fits in that little hole on the underside of your Glock, so I thought that was pretty cool. It says it fits 17, 19, 22, 23, 31, 32, 34, and 35 in Gen 3, 4, and 5 models. So it comes with the cartridge like little base thing. It comes with your your ferro rod, your striker, and then up here it says fuel cells, and down here it says practice fuel cells, but this is a little sticker, and underneath the sticker it says cotton wicking tinder. So I think the original design was to have tinder and fuel cells, but I guess they decided to have you practice with that. So let me turn you to the tabletop. We'll open this up and see how it all works. All right, so we're gonna open this thing up, we're gonna put it together, and then I got the pistol here. We'll put it in here and we'll see how it works. So there it all is on the inside. So we got the little cartridge here that everything's going to go into. So this is the practice cell, it said, but beneath the sticker it said it was the cotton tinder. It doesn't smell like anything crazy. And these are the fuel cells. So these kind of smell like they have something in them, like some sort of petroleum or lighter fluid or some sort of wax or something. So I think we could just like fluff these out, and we don't really need that fuel cell, the practice one. So we're gonna put 2 of these in here. I got one on one side. I'm gonna put this other one here on the side. We're gonna take out the ferro rod. I'm gonna start sticking it in there. So you see how we have those 2 like tinders in there. Hopefully there's a hole in the middle where the ferro rod kind of sits in like that. And then since we have these little round things, they look like they're going to fit in there. I'm just going to stick them in there anyway. Might as well, since we have the extra room. All right, now I'm going to push the rest of the ferro rod and the cap all the way down in there. Now this does have like a rubber seal on it, so that's pretty cool, but there is a hole on the bottom, so we'll see how that works. So pushing it, compressing all that stuff in there, and now we're sealed up. Got the weapon's clear, you can see all the way through it. So we have the little hole here. So this is where the magazine goes in, if you don't know. And then in the Glocks, they have this other little hole here. So what this does now is it goes right up in there, and it's got a little push button thing in there, and it snaps right in. So there it is. Now, I probably should have read the instructions on getting it out, but there's like a little nub there in the hole. So I got a knife. Try to push it down, and out. Let's see if we could do it without wrecking ourselves. There we go. So you just need like a stick or something to push that nub in, and we have all of our fire starting stuff. So there you go, pops right out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out. It came with this striker. I guess I should have figured out how to put the striker in there. I think it can fit right in there like that. But we have these extra little tinder things. So let's just test out how it works. You know, we might as well. So just kind of get this kind of floofied out. Floofied out, that's pretty funny. You just want to get it nice and fluffy so it'll catch a spark. So there's like a little groove here. I wonder if that's meant for it. Nope, not really. I like to use just the flat edge, but I think it's meant for this saw, so let's try it out. There we go. We got flame. So that kind of took a little bit. It was a little hard for me to strike on. The little striker is kind of hard. It has like a steel edge here. And just want to make sure my camera's not going to get burned up. But the saw edge here works the best. I usually will use like a pocket knife, like the back edge of it or the spine. Like this one has a pretty good spine for it. So I'd like to use that, you know. So I guess we'll put the striker in here since it's supposed to go in there. If we can get it. You know, I maybe should have put that in first. There we go. Just kind of push it on in there. I'm kind of making a mess of this thing. Yeah. Let's see, we gotta take some stuff out and redo it. So there's one of those. One of those. These little fuel cells are down in here, stuck. Let's try to push them through the bottom. There we go. So they did get kind of smashed in there. So we'll just kind of roll them up again. This time we'll put this little tool in here first. Now we'll put our fuel cells in. Got one here. We got one here. We'll start with our ferro rod, get it in the little hole, hopefully. There we go. We're gonna put the little extra tinder in there. Maybe we'll just put one on this side because it is already a tight fit in there with that extra tool. We'll seal it. Already messed up those little button thing because of the knife. Get the firearm right in. So that was the Refined Savage G-Spot fire starting kit. I mean, it doesn't take up a lot of room. I probably won't notice it's there on my EDC pistol. And this little hole here usually gets filled with dust. So now that I have a stop on there, I think that's just fine. Again, it was $40 on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description down below. And yeah, I think, you know, having redundancies in like your survival kit is always a good thing. I know a lot of people preach like, you know, 1 is none, 2 is 1, that sort of situation. So I always think it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So with all that being said, guys, please leave a thumbs up on the video. Make sure you follow me on YouTube, Rumble, and on X. On Rumble and on X, I sometimes release a video earlier than I would put out on YouTube. So make sure you follow me everywhere so you get those sneak peeks. And as always, guys, it's a crazy one out there. So remember to stay well regulated. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.